I just wanted to say that I am so thankful of having a wonderful government running our country for the last several years and doing such an amazing job at it. I don't think that there would be any other government that would come into power that would be able to look after their citizens any better than what our Liberal government has done. And on Tuesday, we had our finance minister, Chrystia Freeland, announce her fall economic report. And in this report, there was a topic that they had covered talking about the mortgage charter. Now, if I have not seen such political diatribe in my life, so I'm being totally sarcastic here, I'm so confused as to what the Liberal government had announced and whether they just wanted to waste airtime just to announce what they wanted to say, which was really just a political ploy and nothing new and nothing very constructive to help the economy. I'm not going to be going into the full report. We're just going to be talking about the mortgage charter, but we can go on and on about all the other aspects of what they were talking about, especially when it came to spending. They're going to be spending more again without even having money to cover these supposed expenditures. So look out, Canada. If we do not figure this out now and vote for the right party, we will be in the deep. Does the Liberal government think that all Canadians are dumb and gullible and are just going to absorb all of whatever they're saying and think that this is all new and this is all, some refreshing information and this is some brand new reform and this is going to literally change the landscape when it comes to real estate because they think that they've been listening to what Canadians have been feeling considering interest rates have been going through the roof? Do they really think that we're just going to gobble this up and not really know the difference between what is reality and what is a bunch of BS? In this report, there were a few things that Chrystia Freeland had basically addressed in this mortgage charter. This is actually a question for homeowners, and comment below if you are a homeowner and tell me if you have received a renewal 6 months prior to your mortgage renewing. Well, guess what, Liberal government? We have been receiving our notices of renewal already 5 to 6 months prior to the maturity of our mortgage. What is so new about what you're mentioning about us getting a renewal? Nothing. This has already been happening. This is nothing new. We have all received the sticker shock of our new renewal terms. And another thing to point out is if, for instance, you've been locked in on a 5-year term and you're sitting at, 2.5 or 2.75%, why the hell are you going to be renewing anyways right now? You would actually be waiting because you're going to be paying 6 months worth of higher interest where you actually can sit and wait considering the market is actually trending more towards reductions in rates. Another amazing thing that the government had announced was that they're going to be allowing you to extend your amortization beyond whatever you had. Well, firstly, that's already been happening for the last year and a half. So pretty much since interest rates have been going through the roof, the amortizations have been extended. I've dealt with clients where we've actually had them at 20, 25 years, and we've had to move them back up to 30. And in some cases, some institutions had actually allowed them to get to 40-year amortization to avoid hardship. So again, nothing new or productive that was actually announced in this mortgage charter that is going to reform our market when it comes to mortgages and real estate. And another amazing thing that they're talking about is lump sum payments, saying that you guys can make lump sum payments. Like Canadians who have been struggling, working their asses off, have actually got a lot of money sitting in the bank ready to be able to dump on their mortgages. That's the first thing. Second thing is lump sum payments have been permitted since I don't know when. It's been forever. It's always been conditioned in your mortgage terms how you can repay your mortgages. So maybe you won't be able to pay it all without a penalty, but you sure as hell can pay a certain percentage. Some say 10%, some say 10% within a year. Some people double it up. They do one in December and they do one in January, so they've doubled it up that way. So again, I don't know what saving grace this is about having Canadians pay lump sum payments with not enough money, because if you're already going through hardships, how the hell are you going to be paying that down? That's only for somebody who actually is in a position to take advantage of paying that down, and it still doesn't change your mortgage payments. And the next funny item was they're going to be mandating, I guess, the lenders, which are the banks, to reduce the penalty on those that are actually struggling or are in a distressed situation. So they're going to be mandating these lenders to reduce the penalties for those that are in a distressed situation. This isn't very clear. Let's just take a look at the reality of what real estate has been like for the last, say, 6 months to a year. And that is people who have received their renewals 6 months prior, got their interest rates, it took a big dump, and then said to themselves, we can't afford this new mortgage payment because it's gone up 40, 50%. Now, they already are working around the clock trying to make ends meet, and they can't do it. So the writing's on the wall. They list the home. So now they've also realized that during the peaks of the market when they purchased their homes, they were at, say, $1.5 million. And so now they can't even get a dollar over $1.2 million. Now, the scary thing is that they've already put in a $300,000 down payment. So the moment that they are trying to get out of this mortgage, they have pretty much exhausted even their down payment and coming out of this deal with $0 in hand. So what type of favor is the lender going to be doing when they want to charge, when they're going to be charging their penalties? I had made a video a very long time ago, actually, and it was talking about how the government had mandated these lenders to help those individuals that were in trouble, extending amortization. You just had to reach out. But believe it or not, you can actually call your institution and ask them. And because the person who picks up this phone, they're just basically people that are pushing the same narrative that the lender has told them, they don't necessarily want to help because they're also going to be in a negative position. So the reality is there will be basically no reduced penalty unless you are in a power of sale situation or probably negative equity where they'll see that. But if you already have a lot of equity and you're trying to take advantage of getting out now because you can't pay that mortgage currently and going to moving down, buying something where the mortgage is more affordable, you think the lender is actually going to forego their penalty? Not a chance. Well, that's just my rant. I apologize if you do bleed red. This stuff has already been in place. Nothing has changed today when it comes to mortgages, and nothing will change tomorrow. We are still in the same predicament, and they're crossing their fingers and hoping that the economy shows some signs of regression. The Liberal government and Chrystia Freeland, if you are going to represent our finances, you need to do better than this.